Every security strategy in a modern network environment should embrace the principles of zero trust. In the zero trust security model, trust is never assumed by default. Instead, users, regardless of locations, are to be verified and given only the minimum amount of access that they need. Zero trust is based on the idea that the network a request originates from is a weak indicator of what the requester should be allowed to do. Enterprises should have zero trust in the user's network as a security gauge and instead look to authentication and authorization schemes to keep attackers at bay. This means that a user's request to an application will be verified and authorized only for the specific application. Access to other applications will not be granted on the notion that they've been verified once before. Instead, each application service is verified independently. Verification is accomplished in different ways depending on the implementation, but at a minimum, it includes the following three pillars: identity, context, and security posture. Identity involves user identification, authentication, and authorization. In other words, who are you? Are you who you claim to be? And are you authorized for that resource? Identification should also include second or multi-factor authentication. Context is about how the user is trying to access the resource. This pillar is based on the least privileged security model where users are only granted the least possible amount of access that they need. Access to additional resources or more sensitive data should include a step-up authentication process. In Zero Trust, this concept is taken a bit further where applications are hidden from users without proper access. Only users who are authorized for a particular resource will even see that the application is available. This minimizes friction such as access denied messages. The last pillar in verification is security posture. Security posture may encompass several different checks or signals from the user's device to make sure that that device is compliant or allowed. This could be as simple as verifying that antivirus is running, but could also include signals such as time of day, geolocation information. Does the HR system show that the user is out on vacation? Is the requester using an approved operating system version? And more. Organizations may include risk scores to determine if access is allowed or if additional authentication is required before granting access. An important thing to know is that Zero Trust never stops on just a verification once a user has been granted access. Zero Trust requires continuous monitoring and validation. Any changes to the identity, context, or security posture will be reevaluated and access revoked as necessary. So how do we move towards Zero Trust? Let's start with Ping Identity's PingOne platform. Ping's cloud identity solution for the workforce provides central authentication and authorization services to connect employees across any application, any directory, and any device. PingOne for Workforce eliminates the authentication silos that plague workforce productivity and security. PingOne for Workforce increases employee productivity with single sign-on across all of their applications via an employee doc. Reduces security risk as it limits account compromise and stolen credentials with multi-factor authentication that can be deployed anywhere. Add adaptive and contextual policies to assess risk in the background to reduce login friction. Keeps pace with the business with the ability to rapidly onboard apps and quickly respond to business needs with centralized management, self-service, and delegated administration capabilities. So let's look deeper, starting with single sign-on for all apps. PingOne offers federated authentication, authority, and single sign-on, integrations with custom on-premise, SaaS, or cloud applications such as Zoom, Slack, Zscaler, SAP, Microsoft Active Directory, and more. Native support for identity standards including OAuth, OpenID Connect, SAML, SCIM, LDAP, Radius, HTTP, WS Trust, WS Federation, FIDO, and JSON Web Tokens, connections to all on-premise and cloud-based directories, out-of-the-box integrations with legacy systems, and extensive server integrations kits. Next, adaptive multi-factor authentication, which includes MFA that integrates everywhere, MDMs, VPN, Radius, ADFS, and apps of all types. Adaptive authentication policies, which include location, IP address geofencing, intelligent geovelocity detection, basically impossible travel times, and IP reputation scoring for malicious activity. Role-based entitlements and web-based accessibilities, group and application level access policies. And from a directory perspective, PingOne offers a single source of truth directory and data source, which is a flexible, lightweight directory with SCIM and REST APIs. Offers a simplified and automated onboarding and offboarding of users, allows for popular directory integrations such as AD, LDAP, and more. Extremely scalable with unlimited custom user attributes and fields with low latency, and profile synchronization with custom attribute mapping. And with centralized access security, PingOne provides secure access to applications and APIs down to the URL level. Contextual policies for intelligent authorization decisions, session management to reduce man-in-the-middle attacks, the ability to easily coexist and eventually migrate off of legacy web access management or WAM, integration of any application regardless of architecture or deployment. PingOne's employee doc delivers a customizable one-click access application portal, user self-service password resets and device management, brandable user experience for your mobile app notifications, registration screens, etc., and identifier first adapter for passwordless authentication. Experience unified administration with authentication via administrator API, centralized authentication and SSO operating portal and delegated app administration, templates for business users to onboard their own applications to SSO authentication, visibility into the lifecycle and promotion of all client connections across the environment, and management console that includes dashboards, performance reporting, and audit trails. To find out how NetX and Ping Identity can help your organization become more secure and move towards zero trust, contact us at sales@netxinc.com today.